Hey, I kind of wanted to do a short video that was not an actual reading, but more of a see I told you so. So those of you who have watched the last few know that I had talked about with Saturn moving into Pisces, there's going to be a lot of projection because Saturn is going to force people to face themselves, right? And I mean, we've been seeing a lot of projection the last few years, probably more than I have ever seen in my entire life. I know it's always been around, but okay, if you've seen my previous readings, in the intros, which I am going to try to start putting like a timestamp so that if people have already watched a lot of their Astro macros and they're wanting to watch more of my videos, they don't have to go through that whole intro again of the astrology news. But you know that Saturn going into Pisces will make people face things about themselves that they've kept hidden or things that they have been running from, right? Addictions and all kinds of stuff. So I want to call this video probably the crazy cross watcher. If people comment like irrational comments or crude comments, I just block them. I mean, they can keep watching and keep commenting, but I'll never even know, and no one's ever going to see their comments. So they just are like, why is no one responding to my comments? Because only they can see them. So if they try to insult me or my viewers, they're gone, right? Okay, this one today was really strange because I was like, I just went into detail in my video about people projecting and how bad it's going to get. And this person was like, oh, Taurus is the doppelganger and this whole community is deceived. Like, what? What is that? I'm like, did I get lost in translation? You're saying Taurus looks like someone else? It sounds to me like a crazy cross watcher who is, because they had commented another one like, oh, I'm so glad that they're alone and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, here's the thing. I don't like attuning my readings to cross watchers who are cross watching because they want to get the upper hand and they hate their ex and they're so bitter and sour. Look, I mean, I get it. I've been bitter and sour too. And yes, sometimes cross-watching, it makes a lot of sense because it doesn't. Here's the thing, having to put signs to get people to watch, like when I do dailies and there's no sign on there, people don't want to watch them, but they'll watch one if it has their sun sign on it. I'm sorry, but you can probably watch a completely different sign and relate to it. You can cross-watch somebody else's sign and relate to it. It is what it is. Either you don't or do relate to the message, right? And, anyway, I was sitting here thinking, okay, so you sound like you're mad at Taurus. That's what I'm assuming. This whole community is deceived, is what they were saying. Every single person watching my video that thought a Taurus, or that they are a Taurus and that they're being mistreated is the problem. That we should all think the other way around, like that Taurus is the problem when it's a reading for Taurus. Like, this is confusing now. They really think every single person has the same exact problem as them with the Taurus. I mean, what is this? How are people really saying that a whole community is deceived? Because they have a problem. I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, so you really are so out of your mind that you think every single person has the same exact problem as you. No, I don't think so. Like, I know that those of you who've seen Tyler Tarot, he'll start clapping his hands, quit being important and stuff. And I die laughing at that. I mean, die laughing at it. Because some people want it to be all about them. But to go and try to insult every other freaking Taurus and my viewers like that, I'm like, I'm sorry. I've had a really shit Taurus in my life in the past. I have. He was horrible. He almost killed me, okay? But I have a Taurus daughter now who's probably like that double for your trouble where you get so much more after going through suffering. Probably one of the biggest blessings, if not the biggest blessing in my entire life. So when you sit there and insult them all because you have an issue with one, like, that's your problem. Just grow up and deal. Put on your big girl panties or big boy panties and freaking deal. Like, every single sign has good and evil people in them. And thinking an entire community is deceived because you have a personal problem and you have anecdotal evidence makes you insane. And yeah, I'm calling it out. That is a classic example of people projecting. People not wanting to face themselves. So they're going out and cross-watching for the reason that they hate their ex. I hate my ex. I hate my ex. I'm going to cross-watch and tell everyone they're the problem. Instead of backing the fuck up and going, oh, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I am accountable too. Maybe I made mistakes too. Even if this other person was really, really bad in their life, instead of actually going, what is my responsibility in this? How did I let them in? I don't recognize red flags. I have accountability issues. I, compromised. Blah, 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 blah. Like, here's the thing, bad people are out there. But when you start attacking other strangers, like a little cyber ninja, keyboard warrior, because you're that afraid of facing yourself, hello. Is going to get so much worse for you. Saturn is going to drag you through Pisces, and you will face every secret, every hidden story, every piece of baggage, every addiction, every illusion you've ever had. But by the time you're done, you'll be grown up. Yay! Now, how many, you think about some of these crazy cross-watchers, okay? How many of them even been through their first Saturn return? It is so funny. I don't know where it was, where someone had, I know now, so this sounds wrong. I think it was Buddha. I was reading about his story, and it was around age 29 or so when he woke up. And I was like, oh, baby hit their first Saturn return. Welcome to the club, right? I don't know. So, but like, you grow up with the first one. You really grow up with the second one. I'm not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. We gotta face it. It's part of growing up, people. Anyway, don't y'all love my crazy cross-watcher story? And people, don't you think you're gonna come into my comments and start dissing everyone who watches my videos? We're the problem. I got one of those my first few weeks starting this. I've been doing this for almost 4 months now. I had someone in the very beginning, we're all evil and stuff. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but if you're afraid of everything, if you're afraid of a piece of paper, a cardboard, and you think it's the devil, yes. Can satanic evil people use these? Of course they can. But if you think we're evil because we use cardboard to help with our intuition, you're so fear-based that you're deep down worshiping the devil anyway. Because fear is a sick form of worship of the devil, I hate to tell you, because you're giving the kingdom of darkness energy. You can't sit here and be obsessive and go around projecting to everyone, calling everyone evil. You can't control them. If you really think people are so evil, why are you going out of your way to click on a tarot reading? You think you're going to save our soul because you're Holy Ghost Jr.? Like, yeah, no. You got plenty of your own issues to deal with. Guys, we're going to see so much more of this. We're going to see so much more of it. You watch. So, I don't for a moment think that all of my viewers are deceived because one person has an issue with a Taurus. Everyone has their own issues, and everyone is slightly different. And these are general readings. Sometimes people are like, man, that is spot on. It's exactly what I'm going through. Some people can only relate to fractions of it. It is what it is, right? Most of all, the main reasons why people will listen to tarot is because they need reflection. They need to actually hear someone else tell them what they already know. If you get your own tarot cards, you're going to see a lot of what you already know, but sometimes they actually make you see it from a different angle you haven't thought of before. And that's what brings you closure. That's what helps you heal. That's what helps you move on. But when you start lashing out at tarot readers or at their listeners because you are still hurt and wounded, like you're going to reap that. Every time you start doing that, you're going to have to reap that. You can't just sit here and vomit your toxicity on other people. You just can't. I mean, you can, but it's not going to make you get out of jail free. you're still gonna have to face your karma no matter how much you vomit onto others. And the more you vomit onto others, the more shit karma you're building up for yourself. Anyway, that's a short video, I guess.